Good morning. Hello, Captain. Welcome to the live stream. We're starting almost on time, which is pretty impressive. I'm not gonna say anything, otherwise something will break. But so far, everything's working. So I'll just be quiet. Hey, Ricky. 2 p.m. What is your country? All right, we're here. Where are we, actually? We're in the junkyard, apparently. All right, we're at the junkyard. There's two Volvos there. Two XC90. You do? Thank you, Devin. Good morning. All right, so let's find a job. Find a job. That's a funny way to say it. Let's find a freight to haul. So let's go from Sioux City. Let's find something else in Iowa. Oh, this is pretty good. $126 per mile? Oh, but that's one of those with, I have to follow an escort. I don't want to follow an escort. There's this one, the Peterbilt. That's a good one. Still good money. Let's get this one. Hello, Thiago Neves. That sounds like a Brazilian name. Go back inside the truck. Let's get the volume a little down. I think the music is a little loud. I hope the levels are good. Bro got 1,000,000 miles. What is 1,000,000 miles? It's not 1,000,000. It's 111,000 miles on here. About 111,000 miles. When I got this gauge, it was at about 97,000 miles. I don't recall. If you look at my older videos, you'll see the mileage. Yeah, the thing is, for the longest time, the gauge was not working. With the odometer wasn't working. The rest of the gauge was working, but the odometer wasn't. So for maybe about a year and a half, I drove in the simulator with the mileage just stuck at 97,000 miles. I don't recall. And then I fixed it this year, actually, in March-ish, and now it's moving perfectly. It's actually with an error of 0.1 miles every 100 miles. So, yeah. Our Dittender, man, this is a record. Like, what, 6 minutes into the live streaming, you're the first one already to tell me to buy an actual car. You get the ding. Yeah, I could have bought an actual Volvo, but I already have 3 Volvos. So no need for a 4th one. Thank you. And this is much more versatile than a real car. You have a Mercedes in real life with almost 300,000 miles. That's pretty cool, man. 300,000 is an achievement. I've seen quite a few cars going super high mileage. I think it's super awesome. 400,000, that's pretty cool too. Yeah, my car with the most miles is my real Volvo S60R, just like this one. It's exactly the same, with the same interior, same everything, same 6-speed manual, same navigation, and it has just about 110,000 miles now. Now that I realize, I think this simulator just passed the mileage in my real car. That's the car with the most mileage I have. All right. 650,000 on your Toyota. Nice. You're getting close to the million-mile club, man. Is that Euro Truck? No, this is the American Truck Simulator. Pretty similar, but different. Same engine, same everything. But this is not the European version, it's the American version. To be honest, I have to install European Euro Truck Simulator. A lot of people ask me to play it, and I think it'd be fun. Am I in a Volvo state? It used to be a Volvo S60R. But technically, it was a sedan, and now it's just an interior with triple TVs in my home office. If you look at my other videos, you'll understand what's going on here. All videos, I start with a long, out shot of the simulator. Hey, Lewins, welcome back. Farming and plowing, how long did it take to build this? So, it's hard for me to measure, but the first version took about 3 weekends to build. And it was just half of the cockpit here. It wasn't everything that was working, but I've been working on the simulator for the past, 3 years now, and improving and building and making it better. So I made a tutorial that is available on my Red app with the play button in the center, and with that you can actually, hey, what are those guys doing? Yeah, and you can just follow the tutorial and you'll see it. If you would follow it, you'd see that it would take you maybe, I don't know, 3-4 days to build one, depending on how, fast you are with cutting wood and doing all that kind of stuff. Do we have the mod to drive cars instead of trucks? I don't have that mod. I'm actually waiting for the release of... They said they would install the new one that allows people to drive cars in the game, which I think is pretty cool, because I think it would probably work better, because I've heard from people who installed the mod that it's like driving a truck but in a small, footprint. Benga, does the fuel gauge work? Yes, it does. What I have now is just about half a tank of gas and about 1,100 miles till an empty tank. Dr. Punish, how much did it cost? It cost about $300 in car parts, then another $400 or so in hardware, meaning wood, carpet, Arduinos, metal, all that good stuff. So about $700 will get you the car part, obviously. We're not talking about the TVs. I have triple TVs here, the PC, the wheelbase, all that good, the other stuff. Because that depends on your budget. That depends on how much you're willing to spend. Alright, so we're here. And if I click this button here, we attach. How old am I? I'm 43, Loons. 43 years old. But I had gray hair for a long time now, so maybe that's why when people see my white beard here, they think I'm older. But I am old for kid standards. Dr. Punish, I see. It seems like a flight simulator would cost more, though. Yes and no, Doctor. It depends on what you're willing to buy and what you're willing to do. Like, if you're willing to DIY a lot of stuff, there's different ways to build flight simulators, right? And it depends on how and what kind of plane you want to build. If you want to build like a Cessna simulator, that wouldn't be too expensive. Like, if you get like a plywood, just template, cut all the gauges, and you make like a half glass cockpit. Ooh, I'm gonna go here, otherwise I'm gonna hit there. If you make like a glass cockpit with iPads behind, I think you're looking at about $1,000, a little more expensive, but not too bad. If you're trying to build like an Airbus. Oh man, then the hole's deeper because you're gonna need to buy some, you know, like instruments that are very expensive. I have a friend that's building a Boeing 737. That is pretty dang amazing. He's actually building with real Boeing 737 parts, which is just mind-blowing. You could make the steam gauges, yes. But the problem with the steam gauges is that you'd have to buy the steam gauges, and they're still expensive, even though they're used. Because I see you're a flight enthusiast, so you probably know that even though you're talking about like 1970s, you know, Cessnas, they're still like up and running. I used to fly a Cessna 150 Acrobat, and it's 1971. Although it had some glass instruments, it was still like, you know, pretty cool, and people buy gauges. You can make them work, it's not hard. You just need resistors and a few other things, Arduinos, that kind of stuff. And, you know, but you could make a low-key one with just the, you know, iPads and stuff. The Volvo XC90 2004 was my first car. Nice. A good first car, man. I like the XC90. The interior is pretty similar to this one. Oh, it's on the app that you just see photos. And his name is Boeing. Yeah, it's a Boeing Sim on the altogether. Boeing Sim. He is on the app with just photos. Now they have videos as well. I just can't say the name of the app. Hey Brian, thank you for the subscription, man. Welcome. Hey Universal Racing, welcome back. I think you've been here before, haven't you? Let me see if I understand your question. I was wondering if I can build the sim with the actual button, not replace them from the dash. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, mine is the actual buttons. The only thing is I'm using Arduinos to control it. You could use CAN bus, but then you're talking about a way more complicated thing. CAN bus language, especially LIN bus, that's sometimes what controls things here. Not easy. It's going to take you a while, but you can. Yeah, definitely. It's possible. A 2001 Toyota Tacoma. Those are the classic ones, like before they became like huge dinosaurs. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is an iconic interior. In my opinion, I think Volvo was very fortunate with the design of the interior. I am biased, I know that. But I think it aged better than like a Mercedes from the same era. I think BMWs, Volvo, they aged very well from the 2005-ish era. I think the Mercedes didn't, and I don't know, I just don't like the design of their buttons. I think they're too clunky. They had a design language back in the early 2000s that was not my favorite, but I'm biased. I understand that. Hey, Kulik, second time today. That's 16 minutes. We had twice already, so you get the ding, ding, ding again. So yeah, buy a car. Right. I have 3 cars and a minivan, man. I don't need a 5th car. Besides, I cannot do this with a real car. Hey, Itchy, my good friend, how are you doing this evening? Dylan, can you teach others how to do this? I don't sell a course, but I'll let you in with a very well-kept secret. On my channel, on the red app with the play button, the tutorial is right there already, ready for you, man. So you just follow the breadcrumbs on my profile, you'll find it. Yeah, I think BMW is also aged well from the mid-2000s. I need more cars, I do, Itchy. You want to send a couple over? What do you drive, Itchy? I never asked you that. How did I set up the dashboard, Chase? So Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield. That's the key for most of the questions you're asking. Arduinos are very, very powerful and very versatile, so you can do a lot of stuff with it. In this particular case, it's using an Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield connected to an app called SimHub, which is the same app that's running my Apple CarPlay here. So I can wire the actual button from the dashboard to the Arduino without an adapter. Yes, you can. What you have to do, and I'm making a tutorial about this, Universal. What you have to do essentially, think about the PCB board that's behind the actual button, right? What you need to do is find the buttons, see where they connect. They have little lines. You know those little lines in the PCB? You use a multimeter and you find them. You find which one is the positive and negative of button. That's not how they're called, but let's say both sides of the button. And then you need to tap in a couple of very thin wires and solder to the back of the PCB. Those two wires are gonna go to an Arduino, and then it works just as a regular button box. So it's pretty simple actually. It's not complicated, it's just a lot of work, but it's not complicated work. But yes, you can. And you don't need an adapter. You're gonna end up connecting this with a USB. That's what I am connecting here. This has one Arduino here with a USB cable that connects back to my computer. And that's how you connect the button. So you get every button to do button things. A Hilux and a Hyundai Kona. The Kona is the electric one, isn't it? I can see you with a Hilux, you know, Australian. I don't know. I imagine all Australians driving like big pickup trucks in the outback. I know. Sorry, but that's just, you know, the image I have in my mind. Like you're driving through like this big rugged terrain with a pickup truck. I just think it's cool. Hyundai Kona. Yeah, that's a cool one. I just bought a Kia Carnival 2025. I think the interior is pretty similar. If I'm thinking about the same car as you have, the cluster is the same, right? The big screen that goes from the driver to about here in the middle of the dashboard is the same. Hyundai and Kia are cousins, sister brands, if I'm not mistaken. I'm merging. What did that guy in the Tesla do? 2 police cars. Probably charged his battery without paying. Yeah, we're in Iowa, the new state they just released here in American Truck Simulator. It's brand new DLC. If you don't have the real cars, where can I find the measure to place the seats and stuff? That's a good question, Universal. So that's one of the reasons why in my tutorial I really do recommend people, when, you know, first that they pull the interior out of the car themselves, so then you can have a measure. You measure before you start taking it apart. That's the number one thing I would recommend. The second thing I would recommend, because pulling it will give you knowledge on how to put it back together. So those are the two main reasons. And 3, well, there's another one. It's cheaper. If you pull yourself, you're gonna pay a lot less money. Now, having said that, if you don't have the car, you'll have to go by feel, man. So you'll probably have to, first, you have to raise the dashboard into a height that you can fit the center console underneath and, you know, get all the connections right. And nothing like crooked and weird going on. And then I use card box, just 2x4s, just to kind of stack them up, just to kind of see the height, and then I measure it. That's how I started. I did was the Miata. I did not have a Miata here that I built for my friend, so I went by feel, and that was pretty much just finding out like what felt good when you're sitting down, like you're centered, the height is good, you're looking above the dashboard, the center console is in a good distance, the seat. Usually, you got to remember, usually seats are very close to the center console. Like, people lose stuff here, so that's another thing. So this is, you know, my hand does not fit here well. Obviously, I had the car to measure because I have the same car in my garage, but, you know, thank you, Lewins. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate that. So that's how you do it without having the car. I mean, it worked on the Miata that I built. You bought all the parts from the 200SX, and maybe I'm gonna look on the manual. Yeah, well, you can still do it without the car, man. It's just gonna take you a little bit more trial and error, you know? Like fiddling around with how you're gonna measure things, like the distance. And then you gotta consider, like, how close you want to be to the steering wheel and how versatile you want your simulator to be for other people. I'm not a tall guy, and my simulator is not friendly for people who are like too tall. They can't fit here. But it's friendly for me and my daughter. Obviously, I have to move the seat all the way forward and still put some cushion here for her to sit, but she likes to play sometimes, and you know. But I measured against the car, and the Volvo S60 is not a huge car inside. Like, even the back seat, when you have the seat, you know, for me, you just have like half a foot, about a little less than a foot in the back. Pretty close. Hey Chris, does the radio actually work, or is it just lit up somehow? Yes, it does work. So the radio gets the output from the computer into the 10 CD changer. So Volvo had three main ways to play music here. One is the FM and AM radio. The other is you can put 6 CDs in here, like the CD changer is inside the radio. And 3, you could have another 10, you know, CD magazine in the trunk that you could play music with. I don't have a trunk. I don't have a 10 CD changer because I don't need one. But what I do is I use that. There's an adapter that allows you to connect it with a regular P2 input. So there's the output coming from the computer all the way to the radio, and whenever I'm playing without the headphones, I can listen to the speakers that are here and just use the volume knob to control it. But it does work, yes. Thank you for the follow, guys, and welcome to the channel. Are you brake checking me, dude? Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate you guys following. As we're driving our Volvo here, so in case you're just logging in, wondering, this is what I'm driving. My Volvo VNL 2014. Thank you for the follow, meow. Can somebody on the red app with the play button send me a message just so I can check, because it's showing me as I don't have anybody. I don't have the live stream going there. Okay, connected. Okay, it's back. I don't know what happened. Where is the entrance? Okay, here. We're at the Peterbilt dealership. Alright. Oh, we can't do the I can do anything. It's grayed out. Alright, so we need to put the, where should I place it? Because I think I have a double trailer here, like with the truck. Yeah. Whenever they have double, like, it just doesn't let me. Well, it is what it is. Thank you for the follow, MTE770. Alley Racing. Nice. I want to check it out. They shouldn't put that pole there. It always makes it hard for me to make the turn here. Yeah, very hard, and I think I'm gonna crash. Even though I opened up, because they put stuff right there. There we go. I have to really go there. Otherwise, it won't fit. Can I suggest a starter truck cockpit? A starter truck cockpit. I don't know if that's easy to find, dude. Unfortunately. People make like some cockpits based out of like different cars. There we go. That's green. I'll take it. You're in school? We got an excellent. Did you use an extension rod for the Moza? Because I think without the wheels too close. No, Universal, you can, if you check the tutorial, you'll see that here, well, here I'm using a Fanatec. And also there's no extension. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll turn it a little bit sideways and I'll remove the trim. Now you can't see it. Yeah, but there's a Fanatec right here. Let me move my hands out of the way. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Well, that's a Fanatec. And there's no rod, it's just connected straight. Moza is the same. The only difference with Moza is that Fanatec has like side mount and Moza only has the bottom ones. So if you look at the tutorial, you'll see. What is my dream, Robert? I don't know. It's a good question. I think my dream is just to live a healthy life with my family. Pretty simple dream. So let's find something else to deliver. All right, let's find something. Let's go a little further now. Missouri. Yeah, let's go to Missouri. Oh no, I don't want to take that. It's another truck with a double. Oh boy, that's a long one. Okay, let's go to Texas, guys. Let's go to Houston. Hey, Volvo S60 2002. How you doing? Hey, Penguin. All right, let's see if we can turn around here. Hey, R. Oh, what's my dream car? Okay, my dream car. Right now, I'd say the Cadillac CT5D Blackwing. That's the one I have my sight on. I think that's a pretty cool car. I like sedans that are super powerful and, you know, sleepers, if you will. And the Cadillac CT5V pretty much fits that description. It's a Uber truck, Mr. Wilson. By the way, welcome back. I think I've seen you here before, haven't I? Gear. Oh, pretty close. Gotta turn right here and left right there. How do you make the stalks working with the Fanatec when you turn? So it's not working with the Fanatec, it's working as a USB. Oh, vehicle malfunction? Oh yeah, I got it fixed. I had an accident last live stream and I had my engine light on. Do I have... Now let's get the cargo here, but let's check if there is service nearby. Yeah, I remember the name. Oh, of course there is. There's a Peterbilt. Let's just go to the Peterbilt and fix the truck before we get this cargo here. There's some people that actually asked me to build for driving schools. For Universal, I was answering and I just got distracted. So yeah, the way you get the stocks to work is just like any regular button here. It's just Arduinos. stocks are pretty simple mechanisms, so it's easy to find the connections when you turn, and if you prong the wires and the buttons in the back, the pins, you'll find it. You'll find which one's like short when you move the knob, and you can just set them up with Arduinos. Those are actually simple. Thank you for the follow, guys. But right here, truck here. Do some quick service. Let's replace all. I'm filthy rich in the game. Alright, that's fixed. Let's get back. Alright. Truck is fixed. Go around here. Let's just go back to our and get the cargo. Thank you for the follow, R. Thank you for the follow, Harmony, Anthony, and Debbie. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Patrick, for the follow, and Mike. You guys. You guys are wondering, there is a bunch of tutorials on my channel. And by saying channel, I guess you know what I mean. Thank you, Prince, for the follow. Thank you, R. And let's check in. Where is it? Right there. Let's go to Texas. We're going to Houston, Texas. It's gonna be a long trip. So the trailer is ready. I think it's on the other side here. Yeah, they usually put it there. I don't know why. Yep, right here. To the left. Where did I buy the carpet? I bought it at Home Depot. And that's a good question, because a lot of people think that I am using like a real car's carpet, which I'm not. And the reason being, real car, you know, like carpets will usually have those foam, and that's hard to mold around like a sunray. Oh, the V8, Robert. Yes, that is a nice one. I've seen a guy who swapped the engine on an S60 for the V8. That's pretty cool. 767 Dentrell. Have I played in VR? Yes, I have a VR headset. I have played. Not my cup of coffee. Mainly for a few reasons. Well, the first one is physical. I get seasickness. I get motion sickness. Second is the because usually if you play for over an hour, it's gonna start getting hot and sweaty, and that thing is gonna get heavy. I also like to feel the buttons. Like, I want to touch and, you know, see where I'm touching. I like that. And I do have triple TVs here. I have triple 4K setup that wraps around me. So, you know, I prefer real life versus the VR headset. Game name, it's American Truck Simulator R. This is the American version. There's two versions. There's the Euro Truck Simulator and there's the American Truck Simulator. The engine of the game is the same. The main difference is just the landscape, if you will, like the roads and the maps. No, I don't think it's available for Xbox. It's only for PC. So it didn't cost $12,000. I spent $12,000. It cost $700, Dentrell. So $700 because $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware for the car parts, like carpet, wood, all that good stuff. But you can spend, as little as you want, and then as high as you want. You can spend $50,000 and have like a real car simulator. You can put motion. You can put like triple of those like ultra wide monitors that are very expensive. Like each monitor will cost you $1,700. You can spend a lot of money. Here in my case, I have a Fanatec. I have a 4090 with a 9950X 3D, so it's a very powerful computer. I have triple 4K TVs, so that's why, give or take from $10,000 to $12,000. That's how much I spent. But, you can, if you have a computer, if you have a Logitech, and if you have a monitor, with another $700, you can build the simulator. That's the whole point. That's what a lot of people fail to, see, is that you don't need to spend that much money. Hey, that little, sorry, I'm gonna butcher your name. That Lithius. Thank you for the sub. How do you empty the gas? I drive, and then if this turns the light on, I know I have no fuel. And also, if this shows 0 miles to an empty tank. Is the mileage accurate to the truck in the game, or is it from the car you got the cluster from? That's a very good question, Chris. So there's two aspects of that. And let me just answer that first. Yes, sorry. Volvo XC90. No, this is the Volvo S60R. Very similar, but it's not the XC90. That's the S60R. So Chris, back to your question. So the mileage works in two ways. The mileage you see down here by the speedometer, this mileage is from the car. It was 98,000 miles when I bought the cluster, and it's working as it would in real life, meaning if I drive at 100 miles an hour here for 1 hour, that will clock 100 miles. Here, the 876 miles to an empty tank is capturing the game data, so it's not calculating from the actual consumption. The game is sending that information, so it's based on the size of the truck, the size of the fuel tank, and it will go down a lot faster than the mileage will go up. And the reason is the game here is compressed 20 to 1. So this will go much faster. So you'll see it's 875 miles, now 74 miles. And as I keep going, it's just gonna go 73 miles, and I didn't even drive like a mile here. It moved 0.1 miles, and now it's 873. So that's how it goes. Going insane. If I crash, will my interior go crazy? No, it just crashes. I don't have motion. I feel the bump here in my seat, but it doesn't. I don't have full motion rig. Logitechs are horrible though. Trustmaster and Moza and Fanatics are good. The rest are toys. I would, if you're classifying like that, the Trustmaster is also a toy. There's no real good Trustmaster in my opinion. Mozas, yes, I recommend Mozas. I like Moza, especially the R9 and R12. They're pretty reasonable prices compared to anything else in the market, and they have pretty good quality. Fanatec, though, they're kind of a down spiral still. I don't see them coming back up anytime soon, but I do like the product. My Fanatec, I have a Fanatec Club Sport DD, the 12 Newton meters one, and it works pretty well. I mean, I can feel, any bump on the road. I have to turn down the force feedback to about 70%, so it's pretty good. Is that set up in, yes, it's in my home office. What do you do for a living? I have an office job. I work from home and I work with research for a very, very large company. Get your CDL and ACC drive, sorry. Just get your CDL. No, thank you, man. I'd rather stay home and play. Thank you for the follow, Melusi Landon Marley's ELZ20. Yeah, the R3 is a very good budget wheelbase. Whenever people ask me what they should buy, if Logitech or Thrustmaster, I always say, dude, check out the Moza R3 prices. At least it's a direct drive. It's not the strongest, but I think it's gonna, it's gonna do a better job. Yeah, Fanatec's are good. Why Volvo? I've always been a fan of Volvos since I was a kid. I had my life saved by a Volvo, and I owned 9 Volvos throughout my life, and I have 3 Volvos in my garage right now. That's why Volvos, including this one. The same car that I'm driving here in the simulator, it's in my garage. With the same manual speed, 6-speed manual shifter, navigation, everything is the same. Don't buy a Fanatec now, they're yet to release the top. Yeah, I'm hoping that they do release something, Matty. I don't know. I'm not, I usually don't recommend Fanatec either way. Right now, at least. How much is your setup, Rel? So it was about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. Wood, carpet, metal, all the good stuff. Cheese balls. Really? 3K? I don't know what your conversion rate is, man, but $3,000 for a Moza R3, that's pretty expensive. Wow, that's a big difference. So Cheeseballs is saying that a Logitech or a G29 is about $800 in his country, and a G9 23 is about 1.1 thousand. Oh, totally. My billionaire, dude. It's just, if you're starting, there's no shame in starting with something simple. You don't know if you're gonna, really enjoy the hobby and play, and just. My first one was a Thrustmaster T300. So, yeah. Oh, you have the Volvo XC90. Oh, nice. 545,000 miles. You're losing by 100,000 miles. There was somebody here at the live stream in the beginning. They said they had a Toyota with 650. You're second place in miles today. Nice. And oh, so it's no longer driving. I'm sorry, I didn't read the whole thing. Yep, Volvo. Their safety is very, very good. I wouldn't say like no cars are as safe nowadays. Safety is a pretty important thing for everybody, but Volvo really set the standard for safety. Hello, Gabriel. Oh, we gotta stop for a inspection. So Matthew, they will, as soon as I heard Fanatec was sold. Yeah, SimLab is a good. SimMagic is also. The reason why I didn't, it's a little bit more complicated for me here to change my Fanatec. But I do understand you, man. Oh, nice. Cheese balls, nice. Sorry, I said just nice. You don't know if I'm talking to you. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend, like, balance is everything in life, dude. Like, I don't spend my life playing here. I usually play about an hour, 2 hours a day, like live streaming. And then sometimes I'll just play at night a little bit before going to bed. But you gotta go outdoors, do stuff. Hey, cuddle me, purple kitty. Hello. Thank you for the follow. The magic is, if I say for the time being, until SimLab launches their bases. Yeah, I think that, both brands are pretty good. I never owned any of, but I tried a few times. Hey, Loons. Alright. See you later, man. I hope to see you back. Thank you for joining the live stream and being a passenger here with me today. Oh, we gotta stop for a night rest. It's getting dark here in the game. Oh. Have you tried ChatGPT to help you, Cheeseballs? Sometimes it can help. It's pretty amazing. Like you describe your symptoms and it will walk you through troubleshooting. I don't know how to program it. That's how we programmed everything. I agree. I don't know what people still buy, you know, Logitech with all the options we have in the market these days. What is that bypass service? I think it just got stuck. I stopped at the scale and it just, I don't know, it got stuck there. Because I did stop at the scale. Didn't I? Or am I paying attention too much on the chat and I didn't see? Anyways, I think I did. I don't know if it will take over, Matthew, the market, but I think they're doing a pretty good job, and I think Moza is too. How much do you pay for the simulator, Dwayne? I spent about $700, $300 in car parts, and another $400 in hardware stuff. See you later, man. Let's stop here for the rest. For resting. Yeah, it just glitched. But that's the thing, cheese balls. Any electronic will always have like a chance of failure. People think that, oh, you know, somebody bought a, you know, broken one. It happens. So with the best brands, how fast can it go? I don't know. While I'm hauling, not very fast. So we'll stop by the gas station. You don't have a soldering machine? Dude, they're so cheap nowadays at Amazon. You can buy like one of those soldering stations. You can have like a digital thermometer, like temperature setup stuff. Yeah, they have a pretty good ecosystem. I gotta give you that, Matthew. And I think the ecosystem is something that people really need to consider when buying a, you know, any wheelbase. Does the multimedia work? I assume you're talking about that. Yes, the Apple CarPlay. So yes, it does work. With the music. I don't know why it's not capturing the album cover. Olá, Daniela. Bom dia. So let's park here. Do we need fuel? Yeah, we can take some fuel after we sleep. We're just gonna park right here. You feel like you're in a real car. That's the plan, man. Thank you, Blake. Georgia boy. Oh, I think I turned too much. We're not straight now, but we can fix it. They are. Hey, you're back. Just go straight and your phone died. Oh no, man. Like battery or just for a serious issue? Thank you for the follow. And I think we're good. So let's put the parking brake, turn the engine off, and let's sleep. Sleep. All right. Early morning. It's what, 7 a.m. here in, I don't know where we are right now. In the United States, in the game. Get the engine on, parking brake off. How did you make the in real life dash give you intel from the game? Nico, so that was an Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield connected to SimHub. Tab1C, does the light work on the dashboard? Yes, every light is on right now, and the only reason why you're not seeing it is because the camera needs to adjust the exposure. So right now, as you can see, I'm lit. There's a bunch of lights around me, so you can see the dashboard. And also, there's 3 TVs right here, you know, shining light on me. So there's a bunch of lights. So the camera needs to adjust the exposure down so you can see what's going on the screen. So that causes any other light that is not as bright to look dim, but they're all on. Thank you, Aiden. So let's stop for fuel, and now you'll be able to see the fuel gauge moving up. Is this a game? Yes, it is. In real life, there's no, like, turning gas containers. Oh, dude, I play BeamNG all the time here, man. BeamNG is one of the best games, Andrew. Thank you, Nico. Thank you. Why would I drive trucks if I have a car sim? You would only drive cars. Why would you just do that? You have a simulator. You can drive whatever you want. I drive cars. I drive F1 cars, GT3 cars, rally cars, and trucks. Also for live streaming, trucks are better. I can read the chat. I can talk to you guys. I can explain how things work. I can share the knowledge. I don't gatekeep information, so, you know, I like to talk to you guys and say hello. And say thank you, like OB and Caden. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, young bro. Do I play any racing sims, like iRacing? Yes, I do play iRacing. I play Assetto Corsa Competizione and Assetto Corsa, the regular one. Just that when I'm live streaming, it's not as easy because I can't read the chat. The music is on, it's just low. What size screen do I have? Papa, I have 3 65-inch TVs around me here. I have about 180, nearly 200 degrees of field of view here. You saw someone to get a Tesla display working? Nice. Yeah, you know, more and more people are gonna, you know, find ways to get those things to work, and I think that's amazing. Thank you, Nico, for the follow. Do you need a PC for sim racing? Yes, you do. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, man. My red app with the play button today is not doing so well. I don't know why. Guys, if you're watching on the red app with the play button in the center, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Are you turning or are you going straight? Oh, thank you, sir. Ayano, yes, I do remember you. That's a very unique name. Thank you for the follow, Adrian and Rich Dreamer TV. I'm using the engine brake here. Yeah, I got the wait station bypass service stuck on the screen. Kind of glitch. How do I interact with the chat? Is there like another monitor on my left? Yes, there's 2 TVs on my left. One on my left and one on my right. And the chat window is on my left. In fact, oh no, you can't see because only on the horizontal screen. On the horizontal stream, you can see it. That's on the purple app. What's the name of my truck? It's a Volvo BNL 2014 Young. You have a wheel and love to build one? Yeah, man, it's not expensive if you want to build one. You want to do it yourself. Do you have videos showing how you connected the real parts to the PC? Papa, I'm making that tutorial. I do have a tutorial on my channel teaching you how to build the hardware. That's the part 1. Now, part 2 will teach you how to get the buttons working. Is this a real car body? It is a real car interior, not the whole body, just the interior. Is there traffic difficulty on the game? There is traffic. It's like set to the normal traffic. You can add mods that will put more traffic. Thank you, Oddlord. Thank you, Julia Gina, for the follow. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate that. Does the AC work on that? So it doesn't blow air, and it doesn't blow air because I do not need air blowing from here. I am in my home office, which means I have a AC vent blowing air on me all the time. And I live in Florida, so AC is on in the house 24/7. Having said that, all the buttons work, but they do like change camera, that auto shifter, parking brake, that kind of stuff. I can set for things that work in the game, but they're not gonna just turn the fan on because I don't need it. It would be pretty easy to do that, but I don't need that. Is the NPC that bad at driving? Which NPC, man? The NPCs around here? They do make mistakes, but they're not that bad. Yeah, I've seen there's ways to add the traffic or increase the traffic stop. I will probably do that later. Oh, nice, Andrew. Glad to hear. ATS is a very cool game. I like it. Thank you, Truck Spotter. Thank you, Mario. Thank you for the follow, guys. Put it between 4 and 7. I see. I'll test. Yeah, I could, Nico. It would be actually pretty easy because the vents are still here, and the tubes, the piping that goes down, they're also here. Why not play online? Just while I'm live streaming, it's usually easier if I just, go offline. Nice. You're gonna switch to your Volvo? And which is the fastest car in Gran Turismo 7, Ayano? Hey, Schrader. I didn't see you here. There's a spider in your Volvo. Burn it. Hey, Shade. What's that small infotainment screen showing? Is that a truck? So yes, let me give better visibility on that. Just a second, while I'm not trying to hit anybody here. So now that screen should be a little bigger, and you should be able to read what's in there. So that screen is showing game data, a bunch of game data actually. So there's truck damage, there's the music that's playing, delivery time. There's a bunch of information there. And it's like an Apple CarPlay imitation that I made. And it's actually available for download. If you go to my channel on the red app with the play button, I have a tutorial there that will teach you how to install it and download and install it, so get it working. Alright, I can bypass. I wish I had to stop because that wait station bypass is stuck there. Does the wheel not have much spin to it? It does. It's on the auto, so I can spin. I think here is spinning 900 degrees or 1,000 degrees, 1,050, 1,080. That's what trucks earn. How much was it? It was about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware, electronics, wood, metal, carpet, that kind of stuff. You have a PXN wheel. Nice. The PXN brand reached out and they want to send me a wheel, but I don't want to have to change here, so I said no thank you. Does the Apple CarPlay has a GPS too? Yes, Ayano, it does have a GPS, but it only works in other games, not in American Truck Simulator. There is something cooking for that, but unfortunately, the way American Truck Simulator has their GPS, I don't know why they make it so hard for modders to take that out of the screen. So it's impossible right now, but I hope that soon I'll be able to have the map working there as well. Thank you for the follow, Babatunde, and thank you for the rose. Yes, Andrew, I totally agree with you. How about Euro Truck Sim? So, I drive mostly American Truck Simulator because I bought all the DLCs. If I would buy the ETS, that means buying another, 10, 15 DLCs. Not right now. I agree. I always liked simulators. Ever since I was a kid and used to play Flight Simulator. I always liked them. Thank you, Thor. As we're driving here towards, we're going to Houston, Texas. There's still a long way to go, but we're going. That's what you used to kill the spider? Well, it depends on what mods you download, man. Ayano, the BeamNG is like super versatile, but there's all types of qualities of mods. And that's fine, Andrew, as long as you're having fun with it. My first simulator was built with 2x4s. I had just a TV, a 43-inch TV that I was just laying around. I was just in my attic. I was playing with a PlayStation 4, and I used an IKEA chair for seats. Big B, so that's very, very personal, man. I do have a VR headset, and I hate it. So I'm glad it is better for you, but it's not better for everybody. Just Shaker, thank you for the follow, man. What do you prefer, a full simulator like Assetto Corsa or a Simcade like Gran Turismo? Ah, man, it's not about preference. It's about like mood, Like some days I just want to crash cars in BeamNG. Some days I feel like just cutting traffic in Assetto Corsa or going in Orange Life. And some days, you might be, I just want to drive in Gran Turismo and just, or in my case, Forza Horizon, and just have fun, like play around, not have to care about your lighting, if you're drifting or whatever you're doing, just going with the flow. And like for live streams, Trucks is better because I can read the chat, I can talk to you guys, I can answer questions. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of just playing the game and not answering questions. Like we're spending time together here, like, right? You're watching, you're my passenger here, we're going on a ride. I might as well just answer you guys. If I was driving on a track, I'd be worried about my braking lines, where I have to turn, the apex and all that. Thank you, Fabe, for the follow. They called the Omega, and I think in Australia they used to call the Holden Commodore, the one that had the V8. I might be wrong though. Almost missed my turn. Thank you, Shade. I hope you found the tutorial on my channel. Your PC has only 100 gigabytes left, so you can't install BeamNG. Yeah, 100 gigs, it's gonna be very close. But, like, hard drives are so cheap nowadays, man. You can get something good, 1 terabyte, for like, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks. Thank you, Lenzo. It's a rocket engine in a Honda Civic. That's one thing I love about BeamNG, dude. You can do the craziest stuff and have fun. Aw, man, the laptop. Still, you can still change, but it's a little bit more complicated. I understand. Ooh, that's not fun. A Kia Niro. What is a Kia Niro? Oh, dude, I'm sorry to hear. If it was a Volvo, maybe you wouldn't be hurt. Well, anything with a jet engine will be fun in BeamNG. Have you tried the new school bus with a jet engine? Those are fun. Thank you for the follow. He's different. Why is that guy on the left lane? I'm driving just 2 miles above the speed limit, and that guy was just gatekeeping the left lane. Don't camp there, man. Oh yeah. It's funny, sometimes when I want to go to bed and sleep, if I'm not too, sleepy, I'll watch BeamNG crash videos. That will put me to sleep. Not that I don't like it, I actually love it. Just that I just get tired and sleep fast. Welcome to Oklahoma, guys. We just crossed the state line. Hey, Mzungu, good day, man. Welcome back. You haven't played ATS in a while. Is there police? Yes, there's police. However, they don't pull you over like in real life. Hey Shade, you're attempted to get some lumber and put together for a center console. Yes, dude, do it. Just do it. It's definitely worth. You can get a button box pretty cheap nowadays. If you don't have a 3D printer, you can use wood and it will work just fine. Was that the beep? Sorry, I don't know what that. I think I should have gone through the other. But that's okay. Oh, really, dude? You scared the crap out of me. Thought that guy was just gonna merge in front of me. How much is the game console? You mean the PC? It's a PC here, man. Japanese, JDM cars, European cars, or respect the Swedish. So you're a true car guy, man. True car people will, have a preference, obviously, but they will respect other cars. There's a lot of people that come here, like Volvo. Why did you choose a Volvo? Hey, Mythic, you can buy a real car for that money. Oh, dude. Naive. Yeah, I have 4 cars, man. You cannot buy a real car that's worth anything for $700. And if you buy a car for $700, you're going to spend a lot more money trying to fix that piece of leap. Why aren't you using the BMW one? The BMW one is taken apart right now because I'm working on the electronics. Thank you, Mzungu, for the follow, man. I'm going a little bit too fast here. Speed limit's 55. I don't want to get a ticket. Thank you for the follow, guys. Oh, I forgot to give Mythic the ring of shame. So whenever people come and tell me that I should buy a real car, I ring the bell. This is the 4th time today. on my live stream, and I've been live streaming for about an hour and 12 minutes. But today was a record. A guy came in and told me to buy a car. Only 6 minutes as I began my live stream. That's a record. I don't think I've ever had that before. So quick. Hey Loons, welcome back. Oh, the Nissan Skyline, dude. You have good taste, man. That Skyline is pretty cool. Ah, man, don't listen to people. The Skyline, yeah, it's pretty cool either way. Can I help you? Depends. Oh, no, with that I cannot. Oh, Kellen, thank you. I have 4 cars, don't need 5. You wanna get the ring, right? The bell. Get the bell for you, man. Thank you, Fernando. Fernando, I couldn't read that. Is it set up from an actual car, Lenzo? Yes, it's from a Volvo S60R. Why are you slowing down, my friend? Just keep going. Hey, bro. What would you recommend building for a sim? What do you mean, what? You mean what brand of wheelbase? Hey, Kisham, good morning. The merge. The Toyota Supra. I drive the Supra sometimes in Assetto Corsa. I like the Supra as well. Pretty cool. Oh, what car? And then wheelbase. So it depends on your taste. Like if you go for a Volvo, there's a lot of documentation to get the gauges working, like a Volvo just like this one. But the other car that I would recommend is a BMW. BMW has a lot of people that worked on getting the gauges to work. So BMW is a second brand, close tied to a first brand that I would recommend people to build. And as a wheelbase, I would recommend Moza. The R12 is the best, number size for a simulator, but you can get like away with an R9. Thank you, Nzungu. How much work did it require? It was a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oops. I honked my horn. But it wasn't hard. It was just a lot of work. Automatic? Yeah, no, I can't stand by that, but I understand. Like, some people just like automatic cars, and that's fine. You have a dash, or is that my screen? So here's a dash, real, thing. And there is a screen. Thank you, Le Mafia. Le Mafia 30. Thank you, dude. Hey, Panos, welcome back. How are you doing today? Full price of the setup. So I spent about $700, and what makes this setup special? $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. So wood, metal, carpet, that kind of stuff. Now, not how much I spent, but you can spend as much as you want or as little as you want once you get the car part out of the way, which is important to highlight, because people usually will think, oh, but the car part is the expensive. No. Expensive is the computers, the TVs that I have around me, and all the other stuff. Yeah, Volvo is just easier for me, but make sure if you buy the gauge, you have to buy one that's from 2005 to 2007, and there is a tutorial on the Rad app with the play button. The Toyota GR86, yeah, it's a nice starter car. Is it a car or a truck dash? It's a car dash, Fab. Thank you for the follow, ADZ. So my rig is more, but yours is better. Gotcha, I should have took this route. I mean, dude, all routes are valid. Like some people want to have a seating position, drive F1 cars, so they're almost laying down as their feet is higher up. So it's, you know, it's preference. I like cars. I like being comfortable while I'm live streaming and playing and doing all of that. So there's no better or worse. It's just different. Do you like the BMW M3? Yes, I do. I'm not a big BMW guy, but I do respect them and I like them. Go around these guys. Oh, your sim rig is meant for drifting. Yeah, dude, I want to learn how to drift. I have no clue. I always spin. I overcook. Hey, Marcus, if you want to set up like this, check out my tutorial on my channel. You get your parts from a junkyard or eBay, Andrew, from the junkyard. Not just any junkyard. The type that's called pick and pull, or you pull it, pay and pull. There's several names for it, but you go to the junkyard. You find the car you want, you bring your tools, and you take the parts yourself. Does the AC work? The buttons work, man. All of them. But I don't have air blowing through here. I don't need it. What car do you currently have? I have 3 cars and a minivan. So I have a Volvo S60R 2005, just like this one. I have a Volvo S60 T5 2020. I have a Volvo S60 2022 T8. And I have a 2025 Kia Carnival hybrid. That'd be pretty easy, bro, because that's not hard to do. I just didn't do it because it would be a party trick that nobody would see. It'd be just for me to say, yeah, it blows air. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when people ask me what kind of car would I recommend people to build in their, like, simulators, I always say you gotta find a car also that has a good availability of parts. Otherwise, you know, it's gonna be a pain, and you're gonna have to spend more money buying car parts because you're gonna have to resort to eBay or, you know, other ways to find car parts. So let's say you find a nice car in a junkyard. You find, I don't know, a Porsche, a Cayenne, and then you go like, okay, nice, I'm gonna make a Porsche. But then, you know, the seat is all ripped apart, the driver's seat, let's say. How are you going to find another, like, real Porsche car seat that's in good condition? Either you'll just start, like, making a mutant with several different parts, or you're going to have to spend a lot more money. Hey, Broke, what is the wheelbase? This is a Fanatec Club Sport DD, the 12 millimeters. The name of the game? This game is called American Truck Simulator, Papa. Thank you for the follow, guys. How do you connect everything? Mostly USB, Emelina, because everything is running through Arduinos here. So mostly USB stuff. I don't know if it would be expensive, Andrew, but it would be a lot of work, and I don't know if it would be worth the work. I thought about when I built this. This is the 3rd version that I have in my garage, my home office. And when I built this 3rd version, I actually considered having you know, the front part of the car here. But I was like, oh man, how am I gonna fit through the door? It's gonna be hard to move. And then I just decided to go like this. Opa, Shift Gear, beleza, cara. Que bom, você disse que o teu volante não era bom. Tá melhor agora? True to edits, looks like VR. It's not, it's real life, like such things. Skoda Octavia, that would be weird. If I'm thinking about the right car. Does this have AC and heater? It does not. I don't. I'm in Florida. I got no heater. Also, I do have an AC because this is my home office. A cluster. Oh no, man. That hurts. Headed towards Texas, and we just entered and crossed the state line. That's nice. Hey Daniel, I don't mind. I spent about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware, so metal, wood, carpet, Arduinos, all the good stuff. But obviously, I spent a lot more because I have triple TVs here, it's 4K. I have the butt kicker, I have the Fanatec, I have the PC, which is a 9950X3D with a 4090. It's a very robust and powerful PC. Now, I did spend about $10,000 to $12,000, but if you're going to build one, you can spend about $700 in car parts, and then you have a PC, you have a monitor, you just need to buy the wheelbase, essentially. How much longer, Lewins? I am going to go for just about 20 minutes. 20 more minutes. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, a lot of people think it's very expensive. It can get expensive, just like any other simulator. Like, there's people who spent $100,000 on their simulators. Or you can spend, I don't know, another 1,000. So it depends on your budget. Hey, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Daniel, for the follow, man. Which truck am I driving? I'm driving the Volvo VNL 2014, if I can show without crashing. Yeah, I can't. But it's the Volvo VNL 2014. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. A 1997 Volvo XC70 T5R. I don't think they have the XC70 T5R. They have the V70 T5R, but not the XC version. Oh, the 850, yes. The 850 T5R, yes. And I think that was their last production here. Oh, why do they have a sedan interior? Because it's a Volvo S60R interior. You meant the game. Yes, the game is a Volvo. But you meant the game as in what game is American Truck Simulator. So what happens if you use a car that can go over 160 miles per hour? Does it just max out the speedometer? Yes, Peyton. That's pretty much what happens. So if I drive a car that goes above 160 miles an hour or 260 kilometers an hour, it will just max out. Just like in real life, right? If you mod your car and it goes faster than what your speedometer can record, the only way I can see is by using other information, mainly my Apple CarPlay. What Volvo S60R 2005. Does this game have speed limits and road rules? Yes, Daniel. So that's why I keep within the speed limit plus 3 miles an hour. Like 65 miles an hour is the speed limit here, and I'm doing what, 65-ish miles an hour right now. I did not have any tickets today, any traffic violation. But it depends on the day. Which game is better, Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator? Oh man, they're the same engine. I think it's preference. Like, if you like driving through European roads, if you like the European design of trucks, they don't have the hood in the front, their engine is under the cabin. I mean, ETS is going to be your best choice. I gotta pull in the way station. Yep, I am in Texas, man. see you later, man. You consider those the long nose trucks? That's a interesting way to put it, but that's true. I don't know. I grew up in Brazil. I'm Brazilian, and so the trucks that I am used to are like the European trucks. In Brazil, they don't have the nose. So, you know, but I got used to. I lived here in the US for about 10 years now. When am I making a Volvo truck rig? Oh man, if I had the space, dude. How you doing, Sim Racing? Been a while since I've seen you. Does it feel the same as driving in real life? Yeah, mostly. That is true, Shade. The cab goes over the engine. I just thought that was funny when they opened the hood and they move all the cab forward. Thank you, Roxify. How much was the setup? See, Duds? It was about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware, so metal, wood, carpet, that kind of stuff. Pode deixar, Shift, vou jogar, mas ainda não joguei, cara, não tive tempo. Eu tô com um projetinho que eu tô fazendo aqui em casa, trocando piso de noite, então eu tô fazendo minhas live streams só de manhã. Hey, Baptist, hello. Oh, absolutely, Shade. There's no comparison. It's way more relaxing than real life. I can stop it, you know, whenever I want. If I'm tired, I just, okay, that's enough. And I just press escape. And come back right here. Do you actually feel the vibration on the wheel and response from the pedals, Daniel? Yes, I do feel on the steering wheel, not on the pedals though. I don't have an active pedals. Do you have a Freightliner? I don't have a Freightliner. I do feel the vibration in my back seat. Ooh, almost, almost crashed. You don't have the money for it, man? Dude, not that expensive. And you can buy, like, other types of emulators that are not as, you know, complex as this one. What's my shifter situation? So that's a very good question, Shade. I do have a 6-speed manual transmission underneath here, like physically. And then what I did is, in order to avoid having to use all the range and stuff, I changed the transmission in the game for a 6-speed transmission. So my truck has 6 speeds. How much force feedback do I have on my steering wheel? 12 Newton meters. I have the Fanatec Club Sport DD12. You have a small space in your room? Yeah, small space. Then you could have like half of sim. You can cut it right here. Is there a simulator that uses a real car? I've seen people do that. They're not very common, but I've seen like cars that can interact with games. Can you drive across the whole United States? Not yet, Zeta. So they're adding states. This state that I was driving from, Iowa, was just added to the game. So they're getting there. In about 10 years, they should get it. Is it here? No, it's not bad. Thank you, babe. You see creators building Africa Asia Truck Simulator. I never seen it. Maybe modding? How am I reading the comments? They're on my screen to the left. I have 3 TVs here. Is there speed cameras and police? Yes, Daniel. There is police. I don't know if they have speed cameras. Thank you, Rico. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You can see the gauges, blinkers. It works. Does it have a blinking sound? Yes. You can't see the gauge? Blinking? Oh, the camera. Let me lower the camera a little bit. Oh, raise the camera. That's what I want to do. There we go. Maybe too high now? Wait. Too high now. It's hard to set up like this, but now it's still not good. Oh, now I turned it. Is it showing now? I don't think it's good, but in any case, yeah. Turn signals, yeah. But I understood what you said. Blinkers. In Portuguese, if I would translate directly, it would be blinkers. We call pisca-pisca in Portuguese, which it would be the similar for blinker. Blinkers is this act of blinking, right? We call that pisca-pisca. I think now the camera is too high, so you can't really read what's there, but I'll fix it later. How do you change the steering wheel? So there is a tutorial on my channel, and I go over the details on how to do that. We are almost there, and we're going a little bit over the speed limit here. Hey, what's up? Thank you. MJ, thank you too. Okay. Yeah, I like pizza. Oh, thank God. Speed limit is increased to 75. How many languages do I speak? I speak only 2 languages. Portuguese and English. I don't speak Spanish. I mean, I can communicate with people who speak Spanish, but can you use turning signals? Yes. Just click on the stop and I use the turn signal. Wow. And what are those? They put 4 states this year, Chade? Yes, that's true, right? They did Missouri, Iowa, and I forgot the other 2 because I think I bought them in a bundle. What were the other 2? Do you know? A pickup intruder. Sorry, Shade, I missed your messages. The problem is the purple app is on a different chat window, and because I'm getting more messages in the black app and the red app, I kind of look down and I missed those messages. Does the radio actually play music? Yes, it does play FM, 6 CD changer here, and also the music from the game, from the PC. I can use anything. Do you use a Espresso Master shifter? No, I use a generic USB shifter. So if you type in Google generic USB shifter, this is the one I have here. Is that the actual mileage you're driving in game? Shaggy, yes and no. So yes, it's showing up the actual mileage based on the speed. If I'm driving 60 miles an hour, you'll see adding 60 miles here in the odometer. However, the game is compressed 20 to 1. So the mileage is not turning as fast as the game mileage turns because the game is compressed. So do you use the car shifter mechanism? No, it's the generic USB shifter. The only thing that's the real cars is the shift knob and the trim around. What graphic settings am I on? I am on the max graphic settings, but I limited my frame rate to 60 FPS right now. Even though I have a 4090 with a 9950X 3D, 4K, triple 4K is pretty intensive. That is true, Shaggy. That is true. There's a lot of work involved, but it's fun. I usually, what I say is, I have more fun building than playing sometimes. What happens if I crash? In this game, Alex, nothing. It just crashes and I see damage adding up. But some games like BeamNG, when I crash, then you'll see some cool stuff happening. I'm going left, yes. 4090, yes. Yeah, unfortunately, BeamNG is on the same kind of issue as ATS. They're not very well optimized, unfortunately. Hey Dylan, how much does everything cost? So about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. So a total of $700 to make the car part. This is what makes the simulator special. You can spend more money or less money with the other stuff, but in order to get the car, it's about $700. And you can follow my tutorial on my channel, and you'll find exactly how to build it. Look at the sun. Wow. Do I play No Hesi? Yes, it's Sean. I'm actually a content creator for them. An official content creator. Try to do a car crash. I don't need to try. I know what happens. If you send me a galaxy, I'll crash for you. Thank you for the follow, Kanan. Clarky. Is this from a Volvo S60? Yes, it is. Not just any S60, the S60R. So 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, 6-speed manual transmission. Pretty amazing car. That I actually have in my garage. It's one of my cars. And BeamNG do know Hesi, especially with the physics. Ayano, you can't have Tritoku Revival Project in BeamNG. But it's not the same thing. Did I read what you said? I might have missed. The chat is going pretty quick here for me, because I'm also seeing messages from the Black app. The TT. Does the AC actually work? The buttons work, but there's no air coming. All the buttons here work. This has to cost a lot of money, Danny. About $700. It can be considered a lot of money for some people, but I think it's pretty reasonable. Change down, I want to see how it will respond. Change down what, exactly? You get fined for not using turn signals. Yes. I don't think you do have get fines. No, I mean, the answer was no. I don't think you get fines for that. I just do it out of habit, and because I have the turn stock here. It is very chill, man. Yeah, but it's challenging to keep, within the speed limit, doing everything correct. But it's still a lot easier for me to do this here than it would be, driving in a racetrack. I can talk to you guys. What GPU and CPU combo am I using, Shade? So I have a 4090 with a 9950X3D as a CPU. Game name Kanan, it's American Truck Simulator. Thank you for the follow, V6IXXB, bad like that. The only challenge to hold yourself from driving quickly. That is true, Noctis, but it's a lot harder than people think. Turning here because we're almost at our delivery site. Thank you for the follow, Danny. Yes, it's only on PC, unfortunately. So let's check in. Let's do the hard one. Where is it gonna be? Okay, I don't know if it's gonna be super hard, but let's do it. But not my turn. Do you have the handbrake installed? Yes, right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pulling up. This is the handbrake. Where's my parking space? Oh, I see it now. Okay. But the parking brake only works with cars, not with trucks, because trucks use the parking brake here. It does work a parking brake, but it's not the same knob. A knob. Billy Pred, dude, you wouldn't believe, but my real car, my real Volvo S60R, the volume knob doesn't work, and in my simulator it does. I'm almost changing radio with my real car. I think I can go that way. Does the check engine light work? Yeah, it does. If I have any issues, it will light up. Does it work with ETS too? Yes, it works with any simulator, like newer than 2010s. Anything that works with SimHub will work here, even GTA 5. Oh man, yeah, I gotta fix that knob. I've seen there's a fix for it. Oh, they made it harder. Can't just go there from here. Makes sense. I go around and still do this? I think so. What base am I on? This is the Fanatec Club Sport DD, 12 Newton meters. Alright, so here's my parking space. So we're gonna go pretty close here, and then we're gonna go that way. We're gonna have to maneuver a little bit around. Yes, Lewins. Hello. Do a pull? I'm gonna pull a lot, man. So let's see. Did I turn enough? That's the question. You said you can speak Greek, Albanian, German, and English. Yes, noted. But you said that like 5 times, and that doesn't need a reply. I'm answering a bunch of questions, so sorry, Lewins. Alright, are we... I think we're doing well. Maybe a little bit too far, but we can maneuver. Yes, we're not far. Pretty good, pretty good. First. Thank you for the follow, Sharif. Gotta maneuver a little bit here so I can go to the side a little bit more. Hey, Captain. Thinkfish. You're back. Alright. We need to move the truck. I turned too soon, so the truck is on the wrong spot. But we'll fix it. That's the first sign if you win the lottery. Yeah, I won't tell anybody I won the lottery, but there will be signs. Alright, now we're doing closer, but we'll still have to maneuver a couple of times. It's a tight fit, but that should work. Is this real? No, it's a game. It's a real game. Not real. Pretty close now. We're almost there. It is green, so I'll take that. So let me show you guys where I'm at. Right here at this beautiful parking spot. So now we can put the parking brake on and turn off. No, we don't need to turn off the engine. We'll just disconnect. There we are. And there we are. We delivered and we earned about $100,000 in game. Continue. All right, guys. So I think now I'm gonna end the live stream. And I really appreciate you guys watching here with me. But thank you guys for watching. If you're not following or subscribed, consider doing so. I hope to see you guys back. I usually live stream every morning from like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 9:30-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys again. Okay, Philip Red, just say it and I'll answer if I can. Thank you, King of Rap. What USB port do I have in that 12 volt socket? So there's no 12 volt connected to any USB here. So everything that needs 12 volt, like the radio, the cluster, the driver's seats, power adjustment, they're all in a separate power brick. There's 3 power bricks, so it's not a USB port. I do have hubs, USB hubs, but those are just regular powered USB hubs. Do you have a convoy open? No, sorry. Oh, you mean here? Let me turn off the engine. You mean here? This is connected this is one of those USB extensions, and it's connected to the computer, so it's not connected to a 12 volt socket. If you type in cigarette lighter USB, you'll find this on Amazon. There's no particular brand here. It's just a generic one. Thank you for the follow, guys. All right, I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying here with me. If you're not following, like I said, hit that follow button. I'll be back. The like, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.